Tonight, former President Donald Trump and President Joe Biden are both preparing to visit Georgia on Saturday. Their visits will take place just days before the Georgia presidential primary. 11 Alive's Karis Belger is live for us out of Douglas County with some insight on what we can expect. Karis?
Well, I spoke with two political analysts who tell me the stops indicate how important the state of Georgia is for both candidates in the presidential primaries and the general election.
Georgia is one of the top 10 population states.
This weekend, Georgia will play host to two presidents, both of them vying for a second term in the White House. A move political analyst Bill Crane says isn't that surprising.
Joe Biden and Donald Trump, increasingly looking like they will be the nominees for their respective parties, want to start getting an edge in those breakout individual state polls like Georgia. And Metro Atlanta in particular is not only the center of the state's population.
It's a chance, he says, for both candidates to engage with important groups of voters. In the case of Biden, who will be in the Atlanta area, it's a chance for him to woo voters who have been lukewarm on his message so far.
He's had some key voting bases look a little wobbly when you start looking at younger voters, African American men in particular.
But as political science professor Dr. Andra Gillespie explains, this weekend is also big for Trump, who plans to visit Rome. And Gillespie says he's likely to touch on some topical talking points.
I also think he's going to talk about issues that are going to be top of mind and salient for voters. And so for Republican voters, for voters who consume specific news outlets, immigration has long been a top issue.
Also, the election interference case against him in Fulton County. And for the former president, Gillespie says every stop counts.
There's a decent chance that he is not going to make it over the 12-15 hump. It could very well be that one of the states that is going next week is going to provide him with the delegates to actually make him the presumptive nominee.
Well, I also asked if another candidate could make an impact in the primaries today on Super Tuesday or in Georgia's primary next week, whereas Crane says that it is a possibility. Dr. Gillespie says, in her opinion, it's a little unrealistic.
Karis, thank you so much for breaking that down for us. We do have much more information available for you. Just text the word election to the number on your screen. That is 404-885-7600. And we will send you a link with information on how to check your voter status, registration, key dates, and what you need to bring to the polls.